Hey guys, so it looks like if Carolyn Bryant Dunham, who was instrumental in Emmett Till's death, has passed away at the age of 88, according to NPR News. She accused the black teenager Emmett Till of making improper advances towards her, and he was lynched in Mississippi in 1955. Galvanized a generation of activists to rise up in the civil rights movement. People who otherwise would not be a part of the civil rights movement. This particular lynching sparked their interest in civil rights. Carolyn Bryant Dunham died in hospice care on Tuesday night in Westlake, Louisiana, according to a death report filed on Thursday by the coroner's office. Her death marks the last chance for anyone to be held accountable for the kidnapping and the brutal murder that shocked the world of Emmett Till. Emmett Till's mother, Mamie Till Mobley, insisted on an open casket funeral in their hometown of Chicago so the world could see her 14-year-old son's mutilated body, which was pulled from a river in Mississippi. Jet magazine published the photos. In August of 1955, Emmett Till had traveled from Chicago to visit relatives in Mississippi. Carolyn Bryant, at the time, was 21 years old, and Emmett Till was a 14-year-old boy. She accused him of making improper advances towards her when he came into the grocery store that she and her husband had owned. Reverend Wheeler Parker was a young lad at the time, and he is a cousin of Emmett Till. And he was there, and he said Emmett had whistled at a woman, but Emmett's mother said he was taught to whistle in a low key whenever he was nervous in order to control his stuttering. And that's why he probably must have whistled. Now, Emmett being from the north, and this was racist Mississippi, this flew in the face of Mississippi's racist social codes of the era. So, Roy, her husband, and his half-brother, J.W. Millam, went looking for Emmett on that fateful night. And evidence indicates that a woman identified Emmett to Roy Bryant and his half-brother, J.W. Millam. They both killed the teenager. An all-white jury acquitted the two white men in the killing, but the men later confessed in an interview with Look magazine that they did it. But neither man were ever convicted. A relative of Durham says her death brings mixed emotions. When Emmett Till disappeared in Mississippi, Ollie Gordon, one of Emmett Till's cousins, was only 7 years old, and she was living in the Chicago home with Emmett Till's mother and family. Gordon told Associated Press on Thursday that in the days following when he went missing, the home was full of tears because people knew there was a strong likelihood he had been killed. Gordon said she had mixed emotions about Carolyn Bryant's death. She was never tried in a court of man, Gordon said, but I think she was judged by God. And his wrath is more punitive than any judgment or penalty she could have gotten in a courtroom. I don't think she had a pleasant or happy life. Reverend Parker is the last eyewitness to Emmett Till's abduction. He and Emmett Till were staying at an uncle's house in Mississippi when Emmett was taken in the dark of night. Reverend Parker said on Thursday that his heart goes out to Dunham. Reverend Parker said, as a person of faith, for more than 60 years, I recognize that any loss of life is tragic and I don't have any ill will or animosity towards her. So I don't know what Reverend Parker is talking about, because this woman was allowed to live her best life. She died at 88. She was never in a courtroom for her crime of accusing this young 14-year-old boy of whistling at her, and he lost his life as a result. She died not at the hands of anyone, but from just the aging process. Reverend Parker also said in a statement, even though no one will be held accountable for the death of my cousin and best friend, it's up to all of us to be accountable to the challenges we will face in overcoming racial injustice. Last year, President Joe Biden was proud to sign the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act, which now makes it a crime, a federal crime, for any person in the United States to be lynched. The White House Press Secretary Catherine Jean Pierre said on Thursday. According to the Associated Press, an unpublished memoir was obtained by the magazine in 2022, and Dunham wrote that she was unaware what had happened to Emmett Till. Tyson, the person who has the manuscript, had placed the manuscript in an archive at the University of North Carolina with the agreement that it was not to be published for decades. Although he did give the manuscript to the FBI during an investigation, the agency concluded in 2021. He decided to make the manuscript public after some of Emmett Till's relatives and other people who were doing research at the time at the Lafayette County, Mississippi courthouse in June of 2022. They did find an arrest warrant that was issued for Roy Bryant in 1955, but it was never served. Roy Bryant, who confessed to the murder of Emmett Till, he and his half-brother. A record of an arrest warrant was found to be recorded in the Hall of Records in the courthouse, but it was never served. Tyson made a statement on Thursday, and he said that Durham's precise role in the killing of Emmett Till remains murky, but it's clear that she was involved. Last year, members of the new Black Panther Party and other activists began showing up at addresses associated with the agent Dunham. Dunham is also known as Carolyn Bryant. So the new Black Panther Party would show up at some of these addresses where they knew that Carolyn Bryant had lived. Two of the states were Kentucky and North Carolina, in their hopes of serving a warrant on Bryant. They were there to serve unofficial warrants for her arrest and trial. I guess it was symbolic because those warrants were not official. So weeks after the unserved arrest warrant was found, the office of Mississippi Attorney General Lynn Fitch said there was no new evidence to pursue a criminal case against Dunham. In August, a district attorney said a Lafayette County grand jury declined to indict Carolyn Dunham. Emmett Till's cousin Priscilla Sterling filed a federal lawsuit against the current Lafayette County Sheriff Ricky Banks on February the 7th, seeking to compel him to serve the 1955 warrant on Dunham. In a response on April the 13th, Banks' attorney said there was no point in serving the warrant on Dunham because the grand jury did not indict her the year before. The Emmett Till's Legacy Foundation, ran by some of his relatives, posted a blank black square to social media sites on Thursday after the news of Carolyn Dunham's death was reported. To date, no one had ever served for the wrongful death of Emmett Till. Carolyn Bryant, the last person who could have served some type of jail time or some type of fine, died a few days ago at the age of 88. YouTubers, drop your comments in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this particular video. I'm over and out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Thank you for watching.